We've got the Dabur numbers coming in as we speak right now, and I think we can sort of put those numbers up. 200 crores is the net profit, consolidated net profit is I'm being told, and I think we are starting to get some other numbers on your screen very shortly. We'll put those out in a bit as well. Sales coming in at about 1,531 odd crores for Dabur. 200 crores in profits and 1,531 odd crores in terms of top line for Dabur right now. Stocks have been trading, at 2.5% higher. I think they've come off a little bit right now, but still trading mostly up. So let's just sort of compare this against what the expectation was for Dabur. The profit expectation was about 194 crores, so profit seems to be about 7 crores higher than what was expected, so largely in line. You can't really call it one way or the other. Top line was seen at 1,595 crores or so. So top line, I think, has come in about 50 odd crores below what was expected. So that is Dabur. Let's just stick with that. I think it's a stable sort of quarter, but top line quarter on quarter would have degrown some 3.5–4%, actually closer to 4% or so. And quarter on quarter profits essentially at about 200 crores would be down some 7% or so. Again, sequential comparison is what I'm making here on your screens. 1,543 crores in top line, about 50 odd crores less than what was expected, and bottom line at 202 crores, about 7 or 8 crores higher than what was expected for Dabur. So stock is down in the red. Actually just exactly what happened with the Godrej Consumer earlier in the day. On Godrej, there was a clear EBITDA miss, both in absolute terms and in margin terms as well, whereas top line looked better than what was expected. With Dabur, it looks like top line is below, unlike Godrej, and bottom line has sort of come in slightly higher than expected, but you can't really call it a beat, so as to speak. We'll watch the advertising and promotion expenses for Dabur. In the case of Godrej Consumers, that sort of peaked. Expectations are that it can only head south from here. We'll see what the number is for Dabur. Those should be out in a bit. On a year-on-year basis, margins were seen substantially lower. So maybe it's not that bad, but I think we'll just sort of wait it out. EBITDA, that is operating profits, were seen at 250 odd crores or so, and we'll put that number out in a bit as well. But those are actuals on your screen now. Profit year-on-year growth of about 18.5%, and the expected number was about 14% growth, and top line year-on-year has grown about 13.2%. There, the expectation was for about 17% growth. So top line miss, and bottom line slightly higher than expected, but the stock is off. Actually from the day's high, I think is now off about 3%, a little more than 3%. So all these stocks ran up after the HUL open offer came through. Now most of them, as numbers start to trickle in, are lower. Let's put the Godrej Consumer stock up as well, see what that is doing. It sank about 5% to the day's low, but I think from that it's recovered to be down just about 2.8% or so, 832. It came down to about 807, 808 or so. That was the day low on the NSE, but now just down 2.9%. So that's the FMCG pack for you. EBITDA at 273 odd crores coming in. So, that's basically about 23 odd crores higher than what was expected.